Here is our picture of Mama Cass in the desert in Palm Springs. Meant to be an album cover. Never was an album cover, but it was a great big billboard on Sunset Strip. And so we had, we got there, we took a limo all night, in the early morning hours we got there, set that up, and by 8 o'clock it was 100 degrees and her makeup was running down her face. So we checked into the Gene Autry Motor Hotel. We came out in 5 o'clock in the afternoon and finally got this picture of her in the desert. We call that Cleopatra.
In the golden light, it's just beautiful
Yeah,
shot.
yeah,
The
yeah.
colors are awesome. It's almost like a still life in a way.
I love that. And that's the oud. That musical instrument is an Egyptian oud that my father, who was in the State Department, he went to Egypt, and I said, oh, could you buy me an oud? So he bought one in the airport, but it was a designer oud. It was made out of balsa wood. You couldn't tune it. It was for looks only. But it finally got used,
Good prop.
Do you want to?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the Doors on Venice Beach. A week after we did the Morrison Hotel album, the record company said, well, you did all color pictures, we need a black and white publicity photo. In those days, you couldn't print the color photo in a newspaper. So we went to Venice and spent the afternoon walking along the beach, taking these pictures. That was fun. We finally got some great pictures under the pier, which isn't even there anymore. Got washed away in a storm. But that was a fun day walking around. There was another fun day. I'm driving through Hollywood in my Volkswagen with a friend, and he said, hey, pull in that next motel. I've got some friends staying here from New York. And we pulled in, and I didn't know, and he knocked on the door, and out came these guys, right? Debbie Harry and, what's the name of that group? Blondie.
Blondie.
Yeah, okay. You can edit this or not.
Sure.
Yeah. So anyway, his friends were Blondie, the group Blondie. And they came out and we stood there outside of the motel room for a few minutes. And I had my camera, and when I lifted it up, she saw that and went, whoop, and posed. Here's her motel key right here, tucked into her
I was just
waistline.
noticing that.
Right.
What happened to the motel key after this photo was taken? Where did that key go?
She gave it to me, but no.
Yeah, that's what I was driving at.
I wish, yeah.
Okay.
So that was a fun day, very spontaneous,
And then there was one of Michael Lang over here on the other wall.
Yeah,
that we
let's
used to
take a look
talk
at
about.
Michael Lang.
Because,
The spirit of Woodstock. That's the spirit of Woodstock right there, this guy. He wanted to have 3 days of peace and music in the countryside, and by golly, he did, And it was his spirit that really kept that thing going peacefully the way it did. Because this is like a week or two before they're still building the stage. And so he'd be there on a horse or a motorcycle or a tractor or whatever. And all the people would run up and say, Michael, such and such isn't happening, or we got a problem. And he would say, okay, all right, we'll take care of it. But I mean, he never said, what the hell? He never blew it, never lost his cool.
Nothing rattled him.
Multiple times all day long, nothing rattled him. He just smiled and said, yeah, hey, we'll take care of it, What a great attitude. And I think it was really his spirit that made it 3 days of peace and music. No fights, 450 stoned hippies, no fights. No one ever smoked a joint and had a fight, It's God's herb,
Yeah, that's not really, how you gear up for a fight is smoking a joint.
Exactly.
No,
You down a few, shots, and that's different.
And then there's one of Robbie Robertson down here.
Yeah, that's a close-up shot at Woodstock. The band playing, and God, that was fun. I mean, I was just right up next to the stage, on that little walkway, and Lee Von Helm and Robbie Robertson. They might have been singing "The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down." They might have been.
Might have been.
I don't recall.
Oh, very good. Very
Do you
good.
can you edit this in? Can you do rudimentary edits, or you don't even do it?
No.
Can you clip a piece out where I said, you can edit this or leave it in? You
Yeah.
leave that in?
Well, I might leave it in.
So it's on the natch, right?
It's on the natch.
No secrets.
It's all
you know.
good.
All
No
right.
secrets to conceal. Thanks again, Henry.
yeah.
It's great. It's
been fun,
This is
man.
a
Been
wonderful
fun.
show, and I hope people come out to see it, get a chance to see it.
Or go to MorrisonHotelGallery.com and you can see all these photos and more. Thanks, Stephen. Adios.